Oh,
Yeah,
then
I
that's
know.
gonna hurt, like, really, really
All
bad.
right.
Like, yeah, it said the brain was growing through a crack in his skull and it was growing into his nose, so he just had like a thumb-looking thing coming out of his nose.
All right. This is how you
Should
get
get
dark
punched in
matter.
the nose.
Okay. Yep.
He's obviously gonna get
Okay.
bullied.
Like me.
And be like, hey, I'm
First,
gonna punch your nose.
this
And
how
be
to
like,
get
hey,
dark
no,
matter
I'm
with
gonna
Tony,
go retarded.
Paper,
By
and
the way,
Jeremy.
I found this out. I found
Yeah.
this out.
Tony found out this glitch. Okay. So what you want to do is you have to let the enemies pick up the ball first, and then you have to kill them. You gotta make sure it drops in the spawn. If it does, no, the middle. If it doesn't drop in the middle, then you messed up the glitch already, and you gotta start over. So what you want to do is you gotta slide in them DMs and score. Okay. Now you gotta realize that they spawn everywhere, so you need to be prepared.
He has to have the
You
exact same name or it does not work.
Okay.
You guys have to make sure to kill the guys before they get to the freaking uplink because we're gonna die if we don't.
Yeah, you gotta make sure
And
that
you have to go on Instagram
Yeah,
and
punch
look
it
up
around
Jeremy
that.
Skull H, and then follow, request
and
that
block
guy.
him. Trust me.
No,
And
you
then
do not want
Yeah,
to
make
block
sure you
him.
die to the guy while trying to
You
punch him because
want
you're
to-
still
Alright,
Block
what you want to do is you gotta chase down these two guys, okay? Then you gotta make sure that he drops the ball. You gotta make sure he kills all of his friends. You gotta kill all of his escort that's protecting him. You gotta realize that you're the only one back on defense with Paper. Of course, because he's always here. Loser.
And then you gotta make sure you're not playing with Fun Punter. He'll take one.
You gotta make sure that you're not... Oh my
Oh
god.
no,
You gotta make sure that...
make sure you don't
you-
jump too
Yeah,
high.
you can't kill the laggy people, because if you can, your internet is too good and you won't be able to do the glitch. Okay, now, oh, you gotta pick up the ball somehow, because your teammate died right in front of you, so they just put you in front of the ball, okay? You gotta realize that you gotta wait. You gotta wait. You can't rush them. Now you rush them, and then you realize that you're wide open and you can't throw it. You can't throw it. I'm sorry. I doubted your skills.
He had a
Okay,
shotgun. He was in front of me. How was that?
Okay. You gotta make sure that the enemies bring it back towards their spawn
Then
like
I kill the guy
retards.
with the.
Okay.
Gotta make sure I kill the guy with the ball.
You gotta make sure your friend, such as Paper, picks up the ball. Okay, so what you wanna do is you gotta make
Yeah,
sure
you
that he
have to have the
scores.
same exact gamer tag, okay?
Yeah, you gotta stay at 5 until you hit 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, then you gotta run around with the ball. You gotta pick it up. You gotta keep running. You gotta keep running. You gotta slide to make it go faster so you don't die. Okay, now you gotta wait. Okay, now you can score since there's only 2. Now since it's past 2:30. Okay, now you gotta run around. You gotta make sure that this guy with the dingo doesn't kill you. Then you gotta
Jesus
realize that
Christ,
Tony
that
just
really
saved you.
sucks.
Thank you, Tony.
No, but
You gotta call in all your streaks right now at this moment.
you gotta make sure Tony's in their spawn camping.
Yes, you gotta make sure that Tony's in their spawn
With the
holding it
sheep.
down. Okay. Now,
And you have to have a friend named Tony to
yeah, you
able to
gotta
do this.
have a guy named Tony.
For both
You know,
of them.
you gotta have 2
You have to have
people
2
named Tony.
Tonys.
Yeah, 2 Tonys.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 Tonys. Okay. Then you gotta pick up the ball. You gotta run. You gotta run. You gotta run. You gotta run. You gotta go through. You gotta go through here. You have to take the exact same route that I am. You gotta keep running. You gotta keep running. You gotta keep running. You don't slide until you get it. You gotta turn around. You gotta give it to Paper. You gotta realize that he just died and you just
will
possibly
die,
ruined his
and
streak.
then he'll
But that's not
respawn
important right
and
now
die
because we're
again.
trying to get this dark
And then
matter
you-
glitch.
and
Yeah,
then you gotta
I
get
scored it all. I got the rats.
I'm sorry, Paper,
and you
but
gotta
getting
make
wrapped is
sure-
not part of the glitch. Okay. Now.
No! You
I
gotta
bounced
also
off
make
his face
sure
and I just.
Tony lets Tony get into dark matter, so you want him
I
to have the
bounced it off
Shiva with the off-brand dark matter
No,
camo.
yeah, it's an off-brand, okay, guys? So remember, the gun that you guys are using right now in this match, you are getting dark matter for, okay? So pick your guns wisely, okay? Remember that. Keep that in mind. Don't forget it,
Just
okay?
use like a rocket launcher. I know we're gonna use.
Okay. What's the next step, guys? I can't remember.
360 ball throw. You gotta make sure to miss.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you do a 360 ball throw. You gotta miss. You gotta miss terribly, okay? If you make it somehow, then you just messed
You
up the
gotta miss
glitch.
2 times to where you make it as soon as you die again, and you look humiliated.
Yeah, you gotta
know,
die
part
as
of
soon
the
as you
thing.
make it. You gotta die.
And you gotta throw it in again. Actually, yeah, you gotta keep it. Get like 900 kills with it while having the Ripper.
You gotta be the Ripper, but right now I
You gotta
am.
make sure Clayton's in the background. You
Gotta
Yeah.
make sure that there's, for some reason, enemies near you, so you actually get a worthwhile score out of using the Ripper.
You gotta make sure that you're holding it down. You gotta make sure that you got all your streaks before the.
Oh, you
Half
gotta
and
make
half.
sure Tony.
You left as I was locked onto him, so my Ripper
You
missed.
must make sure that Tony is camping right here the whole time, because the game doesn't think you're there.
Again.
So
gotta make sure you're
You gotta
bringing
score at the
Jeremy
last
Parks
second.
at exactly 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta make sure
You
Tony
gotta
stays
realize
right
that
there
there's
on the
only
platform.
3 guys left, and you gotta
Because
realize I should have been streaming
If
this,
the
because it's
game,
freaking
if
hilarious.
the game does not sense that nobody's near him, so their
gotta
spawn
have a
still
guy that
stays the
sucks so
same
much
and
he
the
somehow
spawn right behind him.
Takes the whole kill cam to kill a guy with a man of war.
I know this won't
You
go
gotta
into
make
the
sure
video,
that-
but I never
That
noticed
your level
optics
1
that when I was-
teammate gets almost turned on
optic,
at the
I was
end at the
sitting
final
right
kill
here
cam.
on the left.
You gotta make
On
sure
the
the
left
best
right
guy.
You
here.
gotta make sure that you got
If
one
you
Tony
stay
on
up
top of this
here-
platform right here.
Yeah, it didn't think I was up there, so they kept spawning right in front of me.
Yeah.
My centipede sure isn't
And
fine
you
for
also
you.
gotta make sure Tony has the off-brand Dark Matter for Shiba.
Wobbly.
It's a black market can't.
Wobbly recliner.
You gotta run into the Cerberus box. You gotta keep
And then
running,
you
you gotta
gotta
keep running, you
make
gotta
sure
keep, you gotta
get
chase this guy down who
left,
thinks
and
he
you
knows where the
gotta-
ball care. You gotta
kill
get turned on
the
because
2
you have so much
AFK.
recoil on your
You gotta
weapons.
Kill the 2 AFK. Kill the 2 AFK. Use your combat focus. Kill that guy. Then you go back in here. Make sure there's nobody. And then you turn around and you should see somebody.
Involved, Tony.
You gotta alley-oop it.
And let Tony
Until-
goes boom and gets both of his UAV and counter UAV.
You gotta alley-oop it. You gotta alley-oop it, guys.
Street
If you don't
smell.
alley-oop it, then you just messed up the glitch. Good job. Okay,
Oh, and then you must make sure you get 100
Phase Apex.
headshots during this game with your.
And you gotta make sure that Phase Apex join the lobby.
you gotta make sure that you kill the guy in the spawn, because if not, you will lose the game and mess up the glitch. No.
And then you must make sure both of the Tonys
And you
are
gotta make sure you get a
higher
quad.
You gotta make sure that one of the Tonys get a quad with the Spectre Ripper.
While holding the ball, so he
While
had 0
holding the
score,
ball.
and then he got his
While
Ripper.
holding the ball.
I mean, his Wraith, his Raps, and his freaking Cerberus.
And you must
And they have
make
a
sure that
power
both
core.
of
Oh,
the
that's not a
Tonys
power
are
core.
higher level
Okay.
than
You gotta make sure you use a power core.
We gotta make sure not to score, even though our friendly's about to end the game as soon as we go off the top of that.
And you gotta make
And
sure
you
that your
must
teammate
make
is
sure-
retarded.
Okay, now to make this one complete, you must make sure that both Tonys are a higher level than Jeremy.
You gotta make sure that the freaking randoms are idiots and score. He was a level 1! Wait. Hold up a sec.
Huh.
He isn't really level 1.
Yep. Okay, that's a hacker. Yeah, okay.
No, it's
yeah,
a
we gotta go
glitch.
for it.
It's a glitch in the game.
It might be a
But when
glitch,
we
he might
spawn
be a
in,
hacker.
when we spawn in, he'll be his actual level.
Alright, Kyle Swagafty.
And you
No,
must make sure
but-
that one of the Tonys have the dab.
Yeah, if you don't have the dab, then it won't
Still
go
Still
through
gotta
the
make sure you
system.
got that awesome quad feed that everybody should be proud of.
And you gotta have
You
a
must make
Tony
sure
that thinks that he's
everybody
all
on
I
that.
got
team.
900 points from that. Okay.
And you must
I got
make sure
900 points.
everybody on your team goes positive.
I got 900 points from that one quad feed.
And you also gotta make sure that everyone on your team has a clan
Alright,
tag.
wait.
Okay.
Kyle something
Wait,
FTW.
so who's infamous?
Yeah, Optic, who is infamous guy in the party, by the way?
Okay, yeah.
One of my friends. You gotta make
Why
sure that
hasn't he
your
said a
you gotta
single
make sure
word?
that
He has
your
13
nemesis.
hours played and he only level 45. Boy.
You gotta make sure that you earn 4,000 XP in this one game. Now
You
thank
gotta
y'all for
make
watching.
sure you know
Now
this
if
guy's
you
a
unplug your
scrub lord because
PS4,
he has 13 hours played, but only has 21 kills with the freaking gravity spike, but has used it 96 times.
paper. Tell them about the part about the PS4 and all that.
Myself.
What, our modded lobby that we got into?
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no. Paper,
Oh,
tell them
Jeremy,
about.
Jeremy.
me and
Oh my gosh.
Paper got into a modded lobby.
Okay, what you wanna do is you wanna hold
Yeah,
down the PS1.
Jeremy.
You gotta
Wait, no, Jeremy, seriously.
enter rest
remember when
mode,
you guys would believe me?
and then you
that
gotta unplug the
Robot
PS4
ran?
and plug it back in, and then when you log back in, you'll have dark matter.
Well, me and Tony got into a lobby, and I sent you pictures on PSN. It happened.